Create those moments that people want to engage with you. They want to support you. How do you do that? By remembering that these people help get you to where you are today.
Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Good morning, everybody. I am here to help you guys build a business through referrals. And so I see some people are coming in. If you can, I would love for you guys to turn on your cameras if you're available to do so. So that way I don't feel like I'm just talking to a screen of nobody. Awesome. Thank you, Lenora. I appreciate that. Definitely get a cup of coffee if you need it. Let's jump in here. And some of this you guys may have heard. Some of it might be something that you heard of, and you're like, I'm not exactly sure how to do this. I'm trying to figure out where everybody is at experience level, so that way I can make sure. Hi, I see you as well. Hillary, did I say that right, Hillary? Okay, perfect. How many of you are fairly new, a year or less in the industry? Or if you can put in the chat box, let me know your experience, because I don't want to give you guys information that is not going to be beneficial for you. Under 5 years, under 10 years, if you guys could chat that in. 4 years, Michelle. 20 years, Hillary. Wow, Hillary, you've been in there almost half my life. 2 years in July, fantastic. Awesome. Let's see. If this is too dumbed down for you guys, just chat in the chat box so that way I can make sure I'm speaking to your experience level. So, one, the best way to build a business through referrals. I have 10 possible ways, and we'll see what we can get through in this short half hour. Number one, you want to build that business through providing excellent customer service, right? I know that that's probably something that's a common sense or a no-brainer. However, you guys are here because you guys are trying to figure out how to be the best agent, especially right now in this market, because it's all about the little things. The little things are going to make a difference, right? So creating that experience, creating that customer service. What do I mean by that? So I'll give you an example. And all of these, I can give basically examples of things that I do in my business that maybe you guys could put into yours. So when you guys creating that customer service experience, you want to make sure that you are over-promising under-promising and over-delivering. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you are trying to go above and beyond, but make sure that it's at a reasonable request of what you can personally do, or that you can personally hire out, right? For an example, one way that I like to make sure that my clients are getting excellent customer service is I like to create an experience as they go through the home buying or home selling process with me. How do I do that? I don't know if you guys have heard of Client Giant. If you guys have, please chat in the box. But Client Giant is a service that I can put my clients into the minute that they get into a contract, whether it's a home buyer and or home seller. And what they do is they send out gifts right away as soon as the client's in contract, as soon as they get an offer accepted, as soon as the house hits the market, as soon as we get past inspection. In the middle of our transaction, they will send out move-in boxes, tapes, forwarded address labels. They send out a breathe-in package that has like tea, candles, a head massage. They send out a closing gift for the day that we close, and then about a month after, they send out another gift. Now, this is something that I can set and forget. And it's pretty awesome because my clients, when they get it, I don't actually remember that I did this, right? And so when they hit me up and they're like, oh my gosh, Lani, thank you so much for the tea and the candle and the head massager. I've been really stressed out. And it's another way for them to have an experience on why they decided to choose you as the agent, because we all know that in this market, we have to show why clients want to work with us. Right. And that's just one experience. The other thing is when they are going through something like this, how many of us has moved and we know it's stressful? All of us, right? We hate moving. Nobody likes to move, to be quite honest with you. So why do we do it? We do it because, one, we've had a personal change in our life. We got married, had a baby. We went through a divorce. We lost a partner or a family member. We do it because we have to, not because we really like to move, right? So let's create this experience and make it an experience that's less stressful. When you're doing that, when we get through an inspection or when they're getting through some of these issues as far as they've been busting their butt for several months doing projects around the house because they're getting ready to list, right? I have a client right now personally who's been working on their home for a year, all right? A year. And they've literally gutted their house, redoing tile, flooring, painting, getting, a new fence put in. So when we go to list, I will more than likely send out something saying, you know what, it's time to breathe. And thank you so much for all the hard work. We're going to kill it when we hit the market. The hard part is over on your side, right? By creating this experience, what do you think the confidence level in that customer or your client is going to feel when you are acknowledging all the hard work that they've done, right? Especially as a seller. Now, when you're doing all of this, when they are getting those little gifts throughout the transaction, when you are appreciating them, when we get through the inspection and it was an ordeal and we've been able to get multiple repairs done that this seller agreed to, they're going to be ecstatic. So the best point at that time is to say, you know what? Hey, I was calling to give you the great news. The sellers decided to do everything that we asked for on the inspection response. How do you feel about that? And they're going to rave. They're going to be extremely happy. And then at that point in time, you say, hey, because you're so happy, I understand. I thank you so much. Who do you know that you would think that would like my services as well? You want to ask for a referral at some of the happiest times, right? Whether that's the offer getting accepted, whether that's getting the inspection mutual, whether the appraisal comes in and they have, several $1,000s of equity right away the minute that they close. You really don't want to ask for a referral at the end of the transaction or when you close. And the reason why, and this is when most agents do it, you're not going to get the referral. Why? Because most of the time, if you think about your moving experience, you're too busy packing. You're too busy trying to get the move-in truck. You're too busy trying to put it in, figure out where everything is going. You're trying to get the utilities taken care of, whether it's the garbage cans ordered or picked up. That is the furthest thing from your mind. So stop asking for referrals at the end of the transaction. Ask for them at the beginning or during the transaction. Does that make sense, you guys? Now, one way when I am building my business by referral is when I'm doing a consultation, whether that's with a seller and or buyer. When I end my consultations with each of these groups or each of these clients, I say we have 3 goals. One, our first goal is to make this as stress-free and hassle-free as much as possible. Wouldn't you agree? And that's my job to do that for you. Let me take on the stress. And they're going to shake their head yes, or they're going to say yeah, right? They're going to agree to that. Number 2, my job is to get you either the most amount of money for your home that we're selling or to get you the best deal for a home, considering what the market is doing right now? Do you feel that we can accomplish that? And they're going to say yes, right? The first two questions are really to get the client to really start agreeing and having that motion of saying yes with you. The third question that I state, or the statement, is by the time we close on your home, whether that's buying or selling, if you could refer at least one person who's looking to sell a home or buy a home, by the time we close on this transaction, I will consider this a very successful relationship. And how many of you think they agree? All of them. Why? Because they've already gotten into the habit of saying, yes, I will do the first two, so I'm going to do the third one, right? So by the time, and especially with a seller and our buyer, some of these people sign contracts with us, and we're working with them anywhere from 30 days to a year. Sometimes for me personally, some of my clients I've worked with for 7 years. Okay. And that's a lot of follow-up, right? So every time I follow up with my clients, or every time we're going through something, I say, hey, how are you working on that third goal that we set when we did our initial consultation? And if they have not referred anybody to me by the time we close, when we get to the closing table, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I was really thinking about our goals together. I realized that we're now at the closing table. You have not referred anybody to me. And I want to know what it is that I did personally that did not meet your expectations to want to refer anybody that you know to me, right? This allows for one, criticism if I did not meet expectations. So that way I know how to improve my business and or the things that I'm doing. Or two, it kind of puts a little bit of guilt on them to say, oh, you know what? So sorry, Lani. You know, I really, I will get you somebody and make sure that you have that person. Does that make sense, you guys? So it's a way to keep yourself accountable, either one, on the expectations that you set that our clients would expect from us, or two, to allow us to get that criticism to say, you know what, Lani, you just didn't do a good job for us and we don't want to recommend anybody to you, right? And so that is something that has really been beneficial. Another way to build a business through referrals is, you know, you want to stay in contact with your past clients. One of the things that I do, I don't know how many of you guys use social media. Social media is a very powerful tool if you use it correctly. Is one, I put out, well, let me back up here. I have a VIP group that I have personally. Right now, I have 228 individuals in there who are my past clients, current clients, or clients that I'm currently working with to help rebuild their credit scores. Or their sellers that are getting their houses ready to put on the market. Okay. One of the things that I am doing personally, I'll see how it goes, is right now I am raffling off a Louis Vuitton handbag. Now, how did I come up with that? Well, one, everybody likes to have something designer, especially if they can't afford it, right? They all like to have a great deal. So what I did is about half a week ago or so, I did a poll on what designer did my clients like the most, Coach, MK, and then they added Louis Vuitton. So astoundingly, Louis Vuitton won. And so then I chose 4 handbags and I allowed them to vote on those for 2 days. They got to pick the handbag. They got to pick the designer. Now we have that. I have a contest. So every person that they refer to me, they get 1 ticket on being able to enter into the raffle for a Louis Vuitton handbag. Now, the funny thing is when I'm doing this, the men chimed in and they're like, how come there's not a MERS option? Which I thought was extremely entertaining to me because, one, I didn't think of that. And 2, it was Mother's Day month this month. So I was thinking more of the female side than the male. So I told them that it was because it's Mother's Day this month. And maybe next month we'll do one for the Father's Day. More than likely I will. right? In doing so, I set up a Google Doc. So that way, when they are referring somebody to me, they can put in straight there. I don't have to chase down where the referrals are coming from, where they're at, and I can keep all of them in one spot. Does that make sense, you guys? So creating an incentive for people to want to refer people to you is another way. Another way that I use social media, especially in my VIP group, is I put out a lot of educational things about what's going on in the market, what to expect. This is the reason why it's a great opportunity, whether you're a buyer or seller, before I put it out on my public page. Now, why do I do that? I want them to feel like they have the inside knowledge of what's going on before anybody else. So when I'm giving them a breakdown on why this is the perfect opportunity right now to buy a home, or right now why it's a great opportunity to sell your house, they get that information probably 2 to 3 days before I put that out there. Why? Because I want to create that experience that you're in the know. You are getting that before everybody else on why it's a great time. Just like yesterday, we know that the Fed raised rates yesterday. What does that mean for our clients? You have to put out that knowledge, whether it's in your VIP group, whether it's in your business page, whether it's on a social media story. Right now, video is going to be key, because you want to show that you know exactly what's going on in the market before anybody else, and that you are the go-to person because they see your stuff repetitively on social media, on Instagram, on LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever it is that you use, right? Look at your social media, look at what other agents are not doing. They are not putting out educational stuff. They are not putting out open houses. They are not putting out home buyer classes. They are not putting out home seller seminars. Be that person who is doing all the things that the other agents are not doing. Why? Because right now, a lot of agents are either quitting the business or having to take a part-time job because they are not making it right now. Be that person who's putting out this information, be that person who's putting out those classes, and you're going to take their market share. Make sense? Just keep doing the same activities. You will start getting people who are going to hit your IMs, who are going to hit you up, whether it's in Facebook, Instagram, stories, whatever, and they're going to say, hey, Hillary, I see that you've been doing home buyer classes. When's your next one? Me and my partner have really been thinking about it. We want to come. And you will be surprised how these people start showing up in your DMs and your text messages. And I would get up to 5 to 10 leads a week just from Facebook. Okay. So it does work. Partner with other businesses, whether that's a lender, a home stager, a lawn care person, and create a home buyer package or a home seller package that you guys can put together that gives that client a discount. Everybody likes a discount, right? So if you guys can partner and say, you know what, because you've partnered with, Lani Fisher Homes, we are going to be able to do your lawn service and staging and list your house for this price, which will save you $500 or $600. How does that sound? When people can see that there is value by using you, they want to use you. When they can see that there's value in the services that you provided, it's just like eating at a really great restaurant. You want to tell somebody about it, right? Especially when it comes to the biggest purchase or the biggest sale anybody is going to make. They want to feel like they're being taken care of. Now, does that require hand-holding a little bit? Yeah, 1000%. But look at the money that you can make from this. One really great client, and especially if you keep in contact with them, will provide you business or repeat business, at least 2, a buy and a sell, probably every 5 to 7 years, just from them. And then on top of it, if you do a really great job, that person will refer at least 2 people every single year to you. Now, the average span of somebody who buys a home, median average age is 33 for a first-time home buyer right now. So go over 30 years. That's 15 every 30 years, right? That's at least 60 clients that person will refer to you in their lifetime. Do the math. What's your average commission? That one client is worth a lot of money. So my average commission is, I would say on the low end, $10,000. So a $20,000 every year from one client, times that by 30, that's a lot of money, you guys. Right? So it's really important to take care of your clients to make sure that you're not going to be a wham bam and close them, right? The reason why I have my VIP group is because I want my clients to know that I'm still there for them even after we close on the transaction. So it ensures to them that they can see all of these people in this group that I have done business with, that I still do and take care of, or that I'm doing client appreciation events for, or I'm doing this raffle, or I'm putting out educational information. It gives them that experience to say, you know what, this agent really cares, right? The other thing is use your social media as a CRM. Do they know about the boxes and tea? They do not know about the boxes and tea. So that is something that literally shows up at their door. And so when they get it, when they come home from work or they're at home and they get that package, it's something that they did not expect. I've had many of my clients say, you know what, Lani, I was just about to go get some boxes. Thank you so much for sending these. Or, you know what, I needed a few more boxes, Lani. Thank you so much for getting these for me, right? And it's something, the timing of the boxes and the tea is right. I think they have it timed where it's basically right before most clients go out to get boxes and getting ready to move, which is, I don't know how they time it, but they do. And it's I would say it's fairly right on point. Right. And so all these little experiences, having them experience what it's like to be in the VIP group, whether they are thinking about buying right now, or they kind of had to put it off because they're going through credit repair or something, allows them to now see that I'm somebody of my word. I'm somebody that takes care of my clients. I'm somebody that, regardless if you are ready right now, I'm still going to take care of you. Why? Because I want your referrals, right? Now, do I say that to them? Sometimes, right? If I'm doing a great job, are you going to refer somebody to me? Fantastic, right? Don't be afraid to ask, right? Because one, most of my business is referral, okay? And so I say to them, you know what? You came to me because so-and-so referred you to me. So if you could do me the same honor, because my business is really based off of word of mouth, if you could do the same thing, if you feel that I've met my expectations of what I set for you to experience with me, do you feel comfortable referring somebody else to me? Get them in the habit of saying yes. You want to have them ask several yes questions first, that they're going to be like, oh, yeah, for sure, I can do that. Oh, yeah, I can get this. Oh, yeah, right? And then you hit them with that because they already psychologically and mentally and emotionally have agreed to already work with you. Does that make sense, you guys? We have a few minutes left. I want to see if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything that you guys would like to ask me. I do have some other things, but I feel like I'd like to see where you guys are at on stuff. You had internet issues, it's okay. Any questions for you guys?
Lani, just a quick question about client to client. So do you need to have a lot of transactions to make the most out of it? I don't know how it works.
On what? I'm sorry?
Client Giant, the service that
Client
you use.
Giant. So no, Client Giant. So the good thing is when I switched to Client Giant, I was given home warranties on every single one of my deals for my clients, right? So a home warranty cost me about right now it costs about $650 for a basic one. Client Giant, for whether it's a buyer, or I think a buyer is $400, and I think a seller is $300, or I have it switched. But I would say it's no more than $500 on each side. And it's something that I changed from doing home warranties over to Client Giant because, one, a lot of people don't use the home warranty. Two, it's not something that's really creating an experience. And three, for the most part, I negotiate a home warranty during the inspection for my clients to allow them to have peace of mind. And so I switched it over to the Client Giant because I wanted my clients to have more of an experience as they are buying or selling a house with me. And that allowed for me to actually spend less money on what I was doing and create a better experience for them that they could then say, you know what, this was pretty awesome and thank you so much. And it touches them, I think, 4 or 5 times throughout the transaction.
Is there a minimum of, or you can just try for a few deals?
Yeah, you can just try for a few deals. I would definitely say try that. And if you like what it does, then there is an option to do a top of mind for each client. It's $99 a year, and they send out a gift every single quarter. And when that happens, I can promise you, your clients are going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Lani, for thinking of me, right? I had clients last year when we were doing this that they were like, you know, I haven't done anything with Lani for 8 years, and she still thinks of me and sends me these amazing gifts, right? That is something that you want. When they are posting this stuff on social media, when they are raving about you, and they're like, I haven't worked with her for, several years, and she still goes out of her way to make sure that my family and I are taken care of, that I don't need anything. Right. And last year, one of my clients got a card game, and her grandmother is in the hospital with dementia. And this game asks a lot of questions or whatnot. And my client ended up writing a thing on Facebook and saying, like, this was the first time in a long time that because of this game, it allowed her to connect with her grandmother and let her learn things that she never would have learned because of the questions that it asked allowed for her grandmother to go back in time and to remember something that was personal. And it felt, for her, it was an amazing experience because it was the first time in a long time where they felt connected to her. So you have, like, the power of what you do has an effect on more than what you think it does. Does that make sense? Like that little card game that got sent out, I had so many people rave about it on Facebook and social media that you would not even thought that it would have made the connection that it did. People taking it on trips and being able to have family time and relating it back to their agent, which is me, right? And saying, thank you so much, Lani, for sending this. My family and I, we were out at Seaside in Oregon, and we started playing this game and blah, blah, blah. Like, create those experiences. When you see somebody that is sick or going through a hard time, send out a card. I have a site that I use. It's AM Cards. It's $40 a month, and you can personalize your own card. It prints, it sends it out. You can send brownies and little gifts and Starbucks cards if you want to. Take a look at it, you guys. It's all the little things. The little things matter.
What is the name again? I'm sorry, Lani.
AM Cards. AM Cards.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All these little things really, truly matter. When somebody sends you a heartfelt note or a text message, what does it do for you guys? It makes you feel good. So get in the habit of every day sending out 5 gratitude text messages to your family, to your friends, to your past clients, just saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you today. You don't have to respond, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for being a part of my life. I really, truly appreciate you, and you have impacted me in ways that you have no idea. I just wanted to say thank you. I hope you have an amazing day, and sending you lots of love. If you were to get a message like that from your agent, what would that do for you? Right? Create those little moments, right? Create those moments that people want to engage with you. They want to support you. They want to rave about you. How do you do that? By remembering that these people help get you to where you are today. Does that make sense, you guys? I don't know if this was helpful. Please let me know if you guys got something good out of this.
This was awesome. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, always, Lani. Thank you for your insights.
You guys are very, very welcome. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook or even on Agent Power Huddle. I hope that you guys have a money-making day, and let's kill it, and let's make some magic happen for our clients.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.